Wow! So, guys, we finally have confirmation that the Divine Pangu Dragon is coming to DML as the next Dragon of the week. And so, obviously, this guy is going to be entering the game come next week. And the combination has indeed been revealed on this image posted. And the combination for this will be the Fairy and the Fire Dragons. So that might be kind of annoying for a lot of people, but either way, I want to read the little bit of, or snippet of info that we got on the right here. So it says, surprise! The Pangu Dragon is coming to Dragonlandia next week! This is going to be the epilogue of Divine New Year. Good luck, and let us know in the comments if you get that sweet timer. And so, I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't believe they've stated yet whether this is a week, 2 weeks, any longer. But the combo, like I said, is the Fairy plus Fire Dragons. Very, very similar to what they did for the Aphrodite Dragon. But his elements are Divine, Plant, and Earth. Personally, I don't really like him that much as, you know, a dragon for your team. He's very defensive. Not as defensive as something like the Ares Dragon. But basically, what this means is that if you haven't bred the Fairy Dragon yet, you really need to be trying your hardest to do it. And you know, while I'm here, I've got a few gems from the clan that I've been saving up. So I'm just going to skip one timer. And we'll see, will we get the Fairy? You know, the sooner we get it, the better. Go! Of course not. So I'm hoping, very much hoping that this doesn't end up like the previous Dragon of the Month, where I didn't breed the Root Dragon until like the final week, or I think it was the final day on this account, or the like last 2 days where I got it. But we know he's coming, we know he's breedable. Really the question is, do you have the Fairy Dragon or not? Obviously I don't, and I just want the Fairy Dragon anyway, because I mean it looks cool. But yeah, so I need all the luck I can get. I'm sure that everyone else that's just seen that post also is now probably going to be kind of terrified, or really focusing on making sure that they can get that. Oh, really? You're going to do this to me, game? Whatever, I'll skip this as well. I always say I won't, but then I get too impatient. But, screw it. Stop all asking for, like, the same thing. Well, I guess I won't bother with this for now, but the Dragon's Delight event, if you haven't noticed, I actually just gave up on it, because there's no reward dragon for 130 points, and in the leaderboard, I've had my heart broken too many times. Like, every time I've tried to get #1 position, there's always someone that's willing to pay, and plus the problem is that, you know, what people like to do during the Dragon's Delight events is they like to say, stop at 130 dragons so that every single person can win the top prize that gets to that amount of points. But people don't listen, and people aren't aware of it, so they just go past that amount, and then it ends up just becoming one person that's willing to spend quite a lot, and that's like it. So, I'm not sure if I want to involve myself in all of that. I just don't want my heart broken again, don't want to be salty about it, so it's just better off that I don't even bother, really. I mean, obviously, the more points we get, the more Divine tickets we can get, which is good, because then we might get a dragon out of the Divine chest, but currently, I don't even know if I care that much, because we do not have space. If we have to breed the Fairy Dragon, then we need a spot for the Fairy Dragon. We have the calendar event dragon, which we'll be getting in quite a few days now, but we need a spot for him. Then we'd need a spot for any of the other new dragons. We need spots for the dragons that we just got from the previous Divine chest, the bamboo and the terracotta. So, basically what I'm saying is I wish someone could give me some free experience so I could level up. I mean, if there's anyone out there willing to give, I will accept it gladly. And don't get me wrong, I do know that that's, like, impossible to gift people XP, but I wish. Just like how I wish I could give people, like, some of the crappy duplicates that I have that, you know, I'm not putting to use, but maybe someone else will. I wish that we could give away dragons. Like, a trading system sounds kind of iffy, but maybe being able to give away duplicate dragons sounds like something that would be pretty cool in-game. Like, again, I think there's too many problems with trading, but giving duplicates, I think, would be a cool concept. Like, if you've ever played a game like Pokemon, what they do in Wonder Trading is you just, like, put a random dragon out to be sent to someone, and the other person on the other end, or some random person, will put in, like, a dragon, and then it will randomly send that to someone else around the world. I think if we could do that with duplicate dragons, I think that that would be a really cool concept. And plus, you know, when we got to times like this where we need the legendary fairy dragon to breed that new divine, you know, anyone that's managed to breed multiple fairy dragons, you know, could give it out to people that don't have it. Like, how cute would that be? But I still think there's problems with that, because then people might start charging, depending on how rare the dragon is, and, you know, some shady stuff might start going down. That's my prediction for what could happen. So I'm not sure if they'll ever do it, obviously. I'm just theory crafting at this point. But I don't know where my mind is gonna wander. I actually haven't slept at all, and it is 10:45 AM. So I was up all of last night, like, no sleep at all. And it's been quite a while since I've done that. Like, normally if I stay up through the night, I at least get, like, a couple of hours sleep, or like an hour and a half. But running on 0 is kind of strange. Because again, it's just been so long since I've done it, so... I mean, it's a cool change in a way. You know, taking me back to my old days where I used to be awake for like 48 hours straight on a weekend. Although, the feeling that you get when you've been awake for so long isn't necessarily a great one, to be honest with you. Like, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing it on a frequent basis, to say the least. But, you know, it's cool every once in a blue moon. As long as you're not doing it every night. You know how parents, when they get newborns, and then the newborn screams and shouts all night, every night, and then no one gets any sleep, everyone's tired, everyone's cranky. That's what children do to you. That's what kids do. So... that's why, you know, when people say, don't get pregnant early, it's not just for the whole, you know, if you get pregnant at a young age, you might not be able to afford anything for the kid, and you might not be able to give them a good life. You won't be able to sleep either. If you need any other reason, that's as good a reason as any. Although I say that, personally, I really don't like sleep that much. I think I've sort of talked about this before. I mean, sleep's fine and all. Obviously, we need it. But I don't really care about sleep that much. Like, some people love sleeping, and I mean, like, adore it, as if it is, like, a hobby or an activity. And they just like the fact that, you know, you don't have to think, you don't have to do anything, and you can just relax. And, you know, the feeling when you're in a nice, warm, cozy bed, and then it's really cold outside the bed sheets. I'm sure most people have that feeling, myself included, but some people take their love of sleeping to a whole new level, I have to say. So, moral of the story is, don't have kids early, and hope to God your RNG is good for your whole life, so you can play DML. Yeah, if you had good RNG, I doubt that DML would be most people's first thoughts. Like, probably most people would go, let's go win the lottery, draw them. Or they'd be like, let's enter 500 different giveaways on random Facebook pages or on random websites. I mean, if you could enter every giveaway ever and pretty much be certified that you're gonna win, that's a ton. That's a ton of free stuff right there. I mean, I've won giveaways before, or more specifically, my mum's, like, put me forward for them in, like, kids' magazines. This is, like, way back when. But they give away some really cool stuff in some of those magazines. So, I don't know. And by the way, for anyone that is interested, the Tsunami Dragon is currently available in the Dragon Scale League 1 stuff. So I really would want to be top 5, but the only problem is I don't really have a lot of arena gems at the moment. But Hermes Dragon is getting very close to level 80, like I keep saying. He's only 4 levels off now. He just needs to be enchanted. So I think the journey to getting all of the arena dragons is slowly coming to an end. But I just hope that we can get him leveled up to level 80 before the Tsunami leaves the arena. And I don't know what else. I don't know what else we'd want to do in game. I mean, I don't really care that much. I honestly just want this fairy dragon as soon as possible right now. And the thing is, if you breed the fairy dragon, you gotta wait 2 days for it to finish breeding. Then you gotta wait another 2 days for it to finish hatching. So realistically, it's gonna the first day or two for trying to breed the Pangu dragon for like myself. Even if I managed to breed the fairy now, would be I'd be behind. So I do want to breed it. I will maybe spend gems if necessary to speed it up to try and breed the Pangu ASAP, but you know, if you need the Dainty Dragon, the Fairy, and the Pangu, by the way, like, best of luck to you. You need the greatest luck everyone in the world can give you, because you are going to have a very, very stressful week. Just saying it. Like, you're going to have the Dainty, followed by the Fairy, followed by the it's too much. Too much to think about, but, you know, like I said, for now, just be aware that this is coming, like a lot of us guessed. And, I'm personally not a fan of the combo. I wish they would have done something different, but I guess we'll have to live with it for now and just, you know, I really do hope that everyone manages to get that fairy dragon as soon as we can. But I'm gonna go now. I'm kinda talking to myself is making me a little bit more drowsy. So let's avoid that. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.